The last OG, Marc Marquez, the gangster, the nightmare, the king of pain. He doesn't ride a MotoGP bike. He invades circuits, one weekend at a time, one track at a time, one soul at a time. While the others come to race, Marc Marquez comes to end careers. This isn't a comeback. This isn't a redemption arc. This isn't some fairy tale. This is a reign of fear, dressed in red, crowned in titanium. 2025 Mugello. The Red Hills trembled, but not from Ducati's pride. They shook from the thunder Marc Marquez brought to Tuscany, on enemy turf in Ducati's cathedral under the banners of Bagnaglia's people. Marc walked in alone and walked out with the crown. Again, the loyal soldier meets the silent executioner. Pecco Bagnaia, two-time world champion, Ducati's golden boy, the chosen one, the one they trusted, the one they built around, the prince of precision, the keeper of Bologna's legacy. But the world changed. Marc Marquez arrived, and when the gangster comes, no titles matter, no loyalty matters. All that matters is who's left standing. And at Mugello, Pecco wasn't. Marc Marquez doesn't race you, he finishes you. You could see it lap by lap. Marquez didn't just win, he planned your funeral while riding. Pecco came out swinging, took the lead like a man trying to reclaim his house. But Marc let him breathe for a while. He studied, he waited, he sharpened the blade lap by lap. Then came lap 9, the kill switch, slipstream, turn 1. And just like that, Marquez didn't even flinch. No celebration, no emotion, just execution. The titanium-throated killer with 8 crowns and 1,000 wounds. They said he was finished. Too many surgeries, too many crashes, too many scars. They forgot. That's the resume of a killer. Marc Marquez eats titanium for breakfast and leaves carbon fiber in coffins. 8 world titles, a career built on suffering, a legend carved into flesh and bone. And now, a 93rd win. In Ducati red, in Pecco's house, in Pecco's peak hunting ground. If that isn't gangster, what is? 2025, not a season, a statement. A 110-point lead. That's not racing, that's warfare. That's what Marc Marquez does. He makes winning look boring and losing feel eternal. He's not chasing the crown, he's dragging it behind him. Brother? Enemy? Doesn't matter. Marc shows no mercy. Even Alex Marquez, the blood-bound brother, had no protection. In the trenches of Mugello, they fought like wolves. Marc didn't blink. You think family matters when the red lights go out? No, not when your legacy is on the line. Not when your name is the last of a dying breed. Not when your hands smell like burnt rubber and broken dreams. Marc Marquez walks into the paddock like Tony Montana with knee sliders. He doesn't shake hands, he breaks hearts. Pecco, the loyal soldier buried alive. Don't get it twisted. Pecco Bagnaia is no joke. He's a fighter. He's a surgeon with the throttle. He's Ducati's history incarnate. He won 2 world titles. He brought glory. He stood tall when the walls closed in. But loyalty doesn't save you when the gangster's in town. He tried, led the race, fought like hell. But by lap 6, the front tire started speaking truths. You're not ready for this war, Pecco. By lap 9, the verdict was in. Marquez physics, Marquez loyalty, Ducati's fairy tale. The gangster mentality. See, Marquez doesn't win because his bike is faster. He wins because he turns trauma into power. He wins because every crash wrote a chapter in his playbook. He wins because he rides with rage, with rhythm, with venom. He studies you, he breaks you mentally. Then, when you think you're safe, he rips your name off the leaderboard. He's not consistent, inevitable. This ain't just racing. This is power shifting. Ducati thought they were grooming Pecco for a dynasty. But what they birthed was a transition of power, a throne swap. Now they've got a problem. They backed the prince, but the king returned, and Marc Marquez? He's not here to share the throne. He's here to burn the rulebook and write his name in oil and fire. Mugello wasn't just a race, it was a coup. They called it Pecco's kingdom, but kingdoms fall. Marc took the crowd, the track, the trophy, and left Pecco with dust in his lungs. That straight-line weapon Ducati built, Marc used it like a sniper rifle, took down Pecco, outgunned Alex, outpaced the grid. While the others were managing tires, Marc was managing funerals. A monster cloaked in red. Here's the terror. He's not even 100% with the GP25. He's still adapting. He's still evolving. He's still learning the machine. And yet, he's unbeatable. So what happens when Marc becomes one with the beast? You thought 2025 was over? It hasn't even begun, because Marc Marquez doesn't race years. He ends eras. The Ducati Civil War. Ducati has two faces now. One smiles for the media. We support Pecco. The other whispers, Marc is the one. They're not fools. They see the delta. They feel the data. Pecco might be loyal, but Marc is lethal. So who do you back when your factory splits at the seams? The soldier who obeys? Or the outlaw who conquers? He doesn't need your applause, just your silence. Marc Marquez doesn't seek validation. He doesn't play politics. He doesn't negotiate with paddock gossip. He wins. He hurts feelings. He haunts dreams. That's what OGs do. They don't argue. They dominate. Marc Marquez is not a comeback story. He's a cold reminder. He reminds us that experience matters, that pain sharpens purpose, that rage is fuel. Every rider on the grid owes their pace to aerodynamics and balance sheets. Marc, he owes his to grit, steel in the shadows of 2020. And then there were none. They said the sport had moved on, that Marquez was the past, that Bagnaia was the future. But Mugello told the truth. Marc Marquez is the present. The future doesn't stand a chance. He took Jorge Martin's dream seat. He buried Enea Bastianini's hopes. He's crushing Pecco's reign. He's not sharing space. He's not trading wins. He's not smiling for the cameras. He's gutting the grid one weekend at a time. So here we stand. Marc Marquez, 93 wins, a legacy written in scars, a new chapter painted in Ducati red, and a championship already bending to his will. While Pecco's eyes scan the data, Marc just reloads. He's not coming. He's already here. The Gangster's code: no favors, no friends, just war. From Portimao to Mugello, he's rewritten the rules. They call it MotoGP. He calls it his playground. And in the end, Pecco Bagnaia is a fighter. He bleeds for Ducati. He never quits. But Marc Marquez, he's a warrior. He doesn't need a reason. He doesn't need a team. He's the last OG. He kills you without a weapon. Just a visor, just a throttle, just that sinister smirk when he flies past your soul at turn 1. Welcome to 2025, where the king isn't crowned. He takes it. As 2025, we see Pecco is a fighter, but Marc Marquez is a warrior. He doesn't race. He conquers. He destroys. He leaves legends in his smoke. And he's not done yet.